Hi, the one. How are you doing this evening? I have a few pieces that I finally rinsed out. Ooh, echo. Hi, Amstar. So I have a few pieces that I rinsed out to show you guys. I haven't been doing a lot in the tie-dye area in the last couple of days. I've been watching videos on how to do other stuff. So, but I did rinse out the last 3 that I did. Thank you, Miss Waters. Okay, so that was the first one. Yes, it is for sale. I believe someone wanted this one. There's like some weird shadow happening here from me. I don't know how to get away from that light. Yep, that one came out fantabulous. I like that one. I like it a lot. Also, this one up here is for sale. So is that one back there. This one right here. Behind my hand. I'm not a weather girl. Not really good at pointing stuff out in the background. So anyway, those are the 3 that I rinsed out. Like I said, I haven't been very busy in the tie-dye world the last few days. I've been doing other things, so those are available for sale. I'll go ahead and show the other ones that are available while I'm here. So, I wonder if I can get some better light going over here. Ooh, it's bright as fuck. I don't know if that's gonna be too much. Some of you have already seen these, but I'm just going to go ahead and show all the ones I have available for now, in case anyone's interested. These are just handkerchiefs. Looks like I froze. You should see my work whenever I've been dosed. It comes out way better. Where's Nova? Nova, come here. They can't see you, Biddy. Come here. Come here and say hi. Say hi. Yeah, say hi. There she is. There's my baby. So yeah, that's what I have available right now. Also, I have a couple things I want to share with you guys while I have you here. If you're sensitive to sounds, I would turn your sound down. I'm going to shut my door so I don't bother anybody out there. Okay. That's called a singing bowl if you've never seen one before. With all those bad vibes in the air, I feel like I just need to put some positive ones out there. Singing bowl. Cool, huh? It's a $100 bowl. This was a birthday present, I believe, from my husband. They're pretty cool. You have to hold them a certain way. Because see, if I put my hands like this, it does nothing. But if you hold your hand flat, you gotta do it just right. A lot of people have a hard time doing this. I have a hard time getting the smaller ones to work. This has a little bit of felt on the stick. There's no telling how old this bowl in particular is. It sat in a store for probably years before it got picked up for me. But yeah, this, at the time, these were hard to come by, and I've had this for years. But yeah, this bowl was a very special gift to me. I also have some other things to help ward off negativity that I'd like to share. And I don't know what's for what. I used to have a crystal Bible that would help me identify the different types of stones and stuff like that. But I have like my little jade turtle and these magnetic stones. This is a smoky quartz. I have a amethyst point. All sorts of special stones in here. I wear some daily as well. You're welcome, Miss Denise. Nova is the light of my life. A lot of these stones have been gifted to me. A lot of them have been found, and some of them have been purchased. But there's selenite and quartz and labradorite and fluorite. Many different kinds of stones here. And I make these bags too, these little gemstone bags. Currently using canvas thread for those. But I also have different types of yarn as well. I used to use hemp. So that's what I do to help ward off negativity. My singing bowl and my gemstones. Pretty soon I'm going to roll out my yoga mat again and start getting my body back into stretching and strengthening. I have videos on yoga, so have been in online therapy for anxiety and depression and emotional abuse. That's going well. So yeah. I wanted to, there's someone I need to apologize to. I'm not sure if any of you folks are familiar with him, but his name is Mitch. In M/A.R. Mars Live Stream. I can't remember exactly the name of the channel, but a while back I did a video, and basically it was a mean video ridiculing and bullying an individual whom I thought was misinformed and just spreading bullshit like some people do. He's actually a genuinely kind person, and whether he had his facts straight or not, I feel really bad for the way I treated that person. So I wanted to publicly apologize to Mitch or Mars Life, whatever that, I can't remember the exact channel name, but I wanted to apologize and say I'm sorry for being an asshole. I'm sorry for dedicating a video to bullying someone that I didn't even know. And I think there's been a lot of negativity and just a lot of hate spread amongst the community. And I think that some of it is being cleared up, straightened out. A lot of people are working on their differences, and that's great. And I want to encourage people to do just that. Instead of having all this animosity in between us, we have to come together, as a community, or the government is going to continue to take our freedoms away from us. As long as we're concentrating on tearing each other apart, we don't have time to focus on them. So, basically, what this stream is about is encouraging people to get past their differences, get past the past, and stop using people's emotional weaknesses against each other. There's two types of people in this world: the sensitive and the inconsiderate. And I think both could, try to meet the other halfway. People can start to consider other people's feelings more, and maybe the sensitive people could lighten up a little bit. But there's an old saying by Dr. Greg Baer. He said, "Without love, nothing will ever be enough. And with love, nothing else matters." And, there could be no truer statement than that right there. And drowning people can't help but splash the people that are around them. And I get that. But I think that we could all work on supporting each other a little bit more. And stop being so hateful, and stop just going into each other's live streams and, spreading the hate. We the people, this is my old channel. I used to be the worst observer, and I think I earned that name quite well. But on this channel, I'm just myself. I share what I love. I promote what I love. And right now that is tie-dyeing and gardening. Can't do a lot of gardening because of the weather right now, but mostly tie-dyeing and talking about my feelings. Because I have been in therapy for most of my life. I grew up as a foster child, so it was mandatory to be in therapy. And so I've been trained my entire life to talk about my feelings, to address them as they come, not to bottle them up and shut them away and then explode later. So we talk about feelings on my channel. Feelings are respected. We talk about rainbows. We talk about supporting and lifting each other up. And that's what this stream is about tonight. And if I see a few people in here. Nobody's saying much. I know that the drama and the hate gets more attention, and that sucks. I know that my streams are probably boring, and I apologize. but at the same time, I'm genuine. I don't rehearse this. I don't have a script. I'm not reading from anything. I don't plan my videos in my head like an actress way before I do them. I don't know anything about editing videos, so I can't cut out all the boring stuff for you. I apologize for that. Eventually, I hope to learn, and that way my instructional videos can be to the point and easy to understand. Right now, this is what I have, and I've come a long way compared to when I first started. So, I do appreciate the people who have stayed with me and continued to be my emotional support through this. Miss Waters says the whole world has gone crazy lately. Nice to see someone trying to feed positivity into the world. I have my moments where I'm negative Nancy, but I do see that it's been every day for nearly the last month. There's been some discrepancy or another, something going on YouTube, arguments between people. And today, I don't know if there's something with the moon or with the planets or whatever, but today I watched two shitty situations get talked through and a happy ending by the end of the video, and that gave me a real good peaceful feeling inside. Like, maybe it is possible for people to work through their differences. Exactly, AlSoCal. Let's try to get along. We all have our problems. No one's perfect, not even me. I make mistakes all the time. One part of being successful in this life is failing multiple times. You know, not one successful person got it right the first time every time. They made mistakes. They had to learn. And I'm still learning quite a lot. I'm only 36 years old. I have a long way to go. I am one of the most imperfect people that I know, but I'm working on it every single day. I'm working to get better, to be nicer, to be kinder to my neighbor, to go out of my way to help people in whatever way I can. And I don't need to go out and video every single time I go and help somebody. I don't need to go out and video that because I don't want the recognition. It's not about that for me. It's about that feel good feeling I get when I help somebody. It's just, I don't know how to explain it. Hi, Done with Freaks. Let's see. Yes, you're right, Amber P. This COVID bullshit's not helping. COVID doesn't exist. That is, to me, it was created to control people, to control the masses. Donna 72. We've all had to do things in life. Sometimes things we're not proud of. Caterpillar, I have something to show you. Do you see my special section over here of things that I love so much? No matter what you said to me, I still very much value the bracelet that you gave me, and my bunny wears it when I do not. I think we can all be judgmental. You're asking me if I feel bad that I did that. I have a conscience. Big hugs from me to you. No, I did not plan my actions. I am full of regret. There's nothing I can do to take back or fix what has happened. I don't think that an apology would fix anything. But do I forgive him? I'm working on that. Yes, Miss Water, I believe that as well. Forgiveness is at the heart of being able to love others and oneself. These are tie-dyes, Al SoCal. Kind of like paintings. M-Star, welcome back. I trailed off there. I got distracted. I'm sorry. No, I have not publicly apologized. There's a lot of things that must be said. Just haven't got to the right time or place. I know I don't owe anyone an explanation. And really, there's nothing to explain. Thank you, Caterpillar. If the world would just follow suit. You know, the main part is the other... Didn't he just not take me to the food bank? That is the part that he wants you to think, yes. There was a lot more details to it than that. Our whole problem, the reason why we split up, was because I brought the world into our problems. I did a live stream about my feelings about the relationship and about how I felt like my feelings were being disrespected. And because I did a live stream about my feelings and brought the world into our problems, he then did the same. And I'm sorry that we got the world involved in our problems. I do apologize for that, but that was a problem in between us and should have never been on a live stream. I do apologize for sharing my relationship problems with the YouTube community. That is something that I should have kept between us. Now, yes, every day is a learning experience. Sometimes we learn that we cannot get along with the people that we're living with. Sometimes living in a vehicle or trailer with someone 24/7 is too much. Especially when the other person does not care about your feelings. Doesn't respect anyone's feelings for that matter. But I understand also the other perspective, because as I was saying earlier, I did something that was really mean. I made a live stream just to pick on somebody. And I remember feeling like I was having fun and like I was empowered at that moment. But at the end of it, I felt so dirty. I felt so mean. Like, what if someone did that to me? And people have done that to me. And that's the part that sucks. And people who said they had my back wouldn't stick up for me. And that really sucks. But then at those times, I remind myself that I really, really only have myself in the end. So although I appreciate all of the love and support that I have from this community, I had to learn to lean on myself in a time that I had gotten spoiled and used to having so much love and support from the community. I did run away, Caterpillar. I did run away. In my own way, I did run away. I mean, I had to change my phone number. I mean, I had to get a new phone because mine took a shit. But I had to get a totally different phone number because I had a lot of people blowing up my phone. And that's why my phone took a shit. Because there was no room, absolutely no space in my internal memory to even open a message. And everyone thought I was ignoring them, but I had no access to my phone at the time. Donamo, I'm not sure who you are. First of all, you're welcome for the apology. I feel like I should have apologized a lot sooner. But honestly, what should I say? Happy early Easter? I know it's past Easter now, but it wasn't then. No, bad joke. Too soon. Also, I'm not trying to be better than anyone, Donamo. So being the bigger man, that's not my aim. That's right, SoCal. Thanks, Caterpillar. I will be getting back out there, doing more videos very soon. I've just got to get myself together, and there is no wheels at the moment. And I'm in a place where I'm very recognizable, and I went to school with a lot of the law enforcement here, and they're actually, most of them are pretty kind to me. Listen, the cops here, every once in a while they fuck up, but I'm in such a small community, you don't really hear them being super tyrannical here. Like, I have to travel a couple hours to do an actual cop watch. Because here, they just help old people. Ben said, I did what I had to get out of a bad situation. I was pushed into a corner, and either it was fight or flight. Everyone lived in a van for 3 years. What? I lived in a van for 2 years. Come on, El Rey. How are you? Thanks for joining us. I tell you what I am sorry for. I'm sorry things had to end that way. I truly am. But I also want to state this, that if I was this horrible, awful, thieving monster that some accuse me of being, don't you think I would have taken him for all he had when he was locked up for 2 weeks and I had full control and he could have done nothing about it but cry about it? Seems like, I mean, I would have had I would have had $7,000 to go on and plenty of time to get wherever I wanted to go, and then what could he have done from in the jail until he got a hold of someone and was like, where did she go, what did she do, she's not answering me, but I'm not a thief. Sounded like I was unstable. I was unstable. I'm not going to lie to you about that one bit. I was unstable. I was being emotionally abused, whether he realized it or not. And it was a almost constant thing. And that really messes with someone's psyche. Someone who's already been in that situation. I have a problem. I'm going to tell you guys right now. What I was saying is that you had Otto's back for so long. I did have Otto's back. And had he not put me in that situation where I had to make the choice that I had to make, I'd still have his back. But he revealed himself to me, who he really was in that moment. And I can't support that. Yes, our society is unstable. I grew up in a completely unstable environment. So for anyone to expect me to be stable, normal, look, he met me in the woods, camping, like, that's not where he picked me up, but that is where we met. And I've said some shitty things since the breakup. And I think we've all talked shit. I think we've all had some ugly things to say. But enough is enough. Well, yes, Caterpillar, and that's the truth about all of us, really. You only get to see, for the most part, you only get to see what people want you to see. My bed's been made all day, but I folded up my clothes before this because I didn't want you guys to think that I'm a horrible slob when I'm a housekeeper by trade. But that's the truth of it. You don't want anyone to think that you're a slob or that you're dirty or that, that you don't care about people whenever you're out there portraying that you care about people. No, I don't, Donamo, I don't believe it was an overreaction. That is a word that he would use in a form of gaslighting. No, I didn't lose my marbles for a moment. I panicked. I did not think. I did not plan. I acted. And I removed myself from a situation that could have only escalated. Exactly. I mean, in the end, he got everything back, so we should just move past it. There's a lot more things going on. Things that are bigger than us. Things that are bigger than property. If I called the cops for every time someone stole something from me, man, I'd have them, they'd be on speed dial, and like we'd be all best friends. We'd know each other by first name, and you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot bigger things to focus on right now. People are fucking dying in the streets because they've never been homeless before, but they can't pay their rent, so they're kicked out to the street. Yes, there are things bigger than a sidewalk. And I have not missed my court date, guys. They have not given me a new one. I have every intentions on going to that, whether or not my bond is revoked. I will still go. If I have to hitchhike down there, I will. I've done it before for Otto. Why wouldn't I do it for me? So yeah, I will be going down there whenever I have a court date. They are supposed to mail it to me. And I haven't got anything yet. I know I gave them the right address. So they did tell me not to expect it anytime soon because they were going to be way backed up. So, but I will be going to my Chalk terrorist hearing whenever that happens. Thank you, Caterpillar. Oh, they want to put me in jail for 6 months for this chalk thing. I asked them if I could just pay for it and get out, just whatever, plead no contest and just pay it out. And they said, no, this is a punishable offense. We're going to want you to spend some time. They want me to spend some time in jail, at the very least 30 days. Plus a $2,000 fine. And I'm unemployed, currently trying to get on disability. Yeah. Unfortunately, I live in a state where it's hard to get on Medicaid. And without Medicaid, I cannot go see the doctors that I need to get the current, consistent doctor's visits in. And my online counseling don't count, not for disability. Oh, come on, El Rey. What are you going to jail for a year when this is over? If you don't mind me asking. You don't have to say. And I could get probably 6 to 10 years tops for the whole truck issue. But then again, I've done some research. My older brother, who's in prison, has some extremely large law books, and I've been doing some research. But they're older law books, so I don't know how relevant they are. Yes, for chalk. I know it's ridiculous. But Texas has ridiculous laws. You didn't go to court last week. Did you call and try to change your court date? I mean, the first time I tried to call and change my court date, they said absolutely not. The second time I called and said I can't come because of the COVID thing, they were like, okay, let's reschedule it. We'll send you a new thing in the mail whenever it happens. You get at higher risk for COVID, so you decided for going to court. Do you believe the COVID's really real, El Rey? Dynamo. Tools were purchased with donations that I raised. So whose tools? My tools? Also have the receipts, if that helps. No forgiveness at my court. I think you could get forgiveness at your court if you told them that your travel was restricted. And just because something is okay, COVID's real in its own way, in my opinion. The virus itself, or what they're claiming COVID is, I don't believe is true. I believe COVID literally translates to Certificate of Vaccination ID 2019. I'm a very colorful person, Caterpillar. I'm always wearing something rainbowy, and yes, I was hanging out with Real Sovereign Citizen. So who is that? Who is he really? Who is who? I'm sorry. I lost something. Do not take the vaccine. I'm not even going to take a test. I refuse the test. I refuse the vaccine. Okay, so I live in a place where I could probably go chalk the entire high school, and I'd be just fine. Dynamo, why don't you date him for yourself and find out? I don't know how else to put it. I did not come here tonight to make accusations or attack anyone. I created this stream tonight to support each other. The least that we need right now in this world is to tear each other apart. And no matter what happened between me and him, if you wish to continue to support him, that is your choice. And I'm not going to be upset. I just can't do it myself anymore. I'm going with the past plagues that caused real death, plus it's a waiting game to see if it passes. Okay. There's been lots of explanations on this. I shared some things with some people, something that might help you have a better understanding, possibly. I don't know if you listen to conspiracy theorists or scientists or whatever, but David Icke, I-C-K-E, he's a really good person to listen to. He explains how, what we need to fear is fear itself. The government taking control over us. That is what this whole thing's about. It has nothing to do with people getting sick from a contagious disease. Because people drop like flies every single day. Hi, Ed. I missed something again. Sorry. Why'd I have to fold them up right before the live stream? Because I didn't want you guys to think I was a slob. Actually, they just got out of the dryer about 2 hours ago, and I took a shower, and then I smoked a bowl, and then I sat here. I was going to start a movie, and then I was like, no, I think I'm going to do a live stream. And I saw the clothes on the bed, and I was like, yeah. And it's not necessarily for you guys. It would just bother me because I micromanage. So. So, you heard that we had this virus before we knew it was here. I had suspicions about a virus back in December when everybody got sick at the protest. I mean, Otto was down for 3 days with a fever, sick really bad. We ended up, I told him to go to the hospital, and they diagnosed him with a viral bronchitis. And that's something that I had never heard of before. I've heard of bronchitis, but never heard of a viral bronchitis. Not saying that didn't exist before. I had just never heard of it before. And, I've taken care of a lot of sick people. So it was strange to me. And then I got sick right after, but mine was a little different. Miss Waters. Again, don't let YouTube fool you. I have a dark side. We all do. On most days, I'm peaceful and fun, but a lot of times I'm not. I'm depressed and anxious and on edge, and life has conditioned me. I'm just in front of a camera right now, which makes us all a little bit different, I think. Life goes on after breakups. Yes, it does. I've been married twice. I should know. You don't see the truth in my face. Okay. Hi, Otto. Got nothing better to do, huh? Since you're here, why don't you tell everybody why I freaked out? Why don't you tell everybody? They want to hear it. They want to know. Why'd I freak out? We'll wait for you. Theft by definition is taking something with no intentions on returning it. So, technically, we could say that Otto stole me. Because he took me with no intention on returning me. That was the day before, Otto. Tell them how you woke me up. Tell me the things you said to me. I wish my dog could talk right now. For the record, Otto never hit me. At least not with a fist. on purpose that I know of. I'll be right back while we're waiting. Having a private conversation. I've had enough of those. I've had enough private conversations. There's nothing left to be said because one moment I miss you and we could have been good partners and I love you and all that, and then the next second is, you're a crazy fucking bitch and I hate you. And I mean, do I really need to bust out the fucking text? By the way, if you've never tried these before, these things are the shit right here. They're called Rosties, 90 milligrams of CBD. What is a Rostie? We take the highest quality U.S. grown CBD hemp flower and mix it with our carefully selected blend of organic herbs. These are an enjoyable alternative to tobacco and provide relaxation without intoxication. Wrapped in unbleached biodegradable papers and filters, you can feel great about your smoking experience. Donamo, would an apology make you feel better? Would it solve anything? Would it suddenly somehow erase the past? Would it somehow make everything go away and make it better? Just curious. I'm sorry things had to end the way they did, Otto. Dream Team, did I return it? Why don't you ask him? Oh, wait, he'll tell you that the cops found it, right? I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed that I do a live stream about supporting each other and then it never fails, no matter what I'm talking about. In come the haters, the bullies, the very people that I have been trying to stay away from lately. Forgive me if I seem a little on the defense. I am still healing from my emotional abuse. It's called gaslighting if you've never heard of it. The cigarettes actually smell like pot. What's up, Biddy? Can you go out? Okay, let's do it this way. Guys want to read the conversation? Let me back it up. I guess this one has to be the one. I found my clue piece, by the way. Should I back it up the whole way, or just where it's relevant? What, Biddy? She wants me to get off the phone. Am I reading chat? Yeah, I'm reading messages. Trying to find... Oh, wish you were here. Hi, Kyle. Just trying to figure out how far I need to go back in this conversation. I'm missing a lot of what you guys are saying. This is what you guys want. This is what I'm gonna give you. You want this fucking conversation? So, of course, I'm in the blue. Sorry if I'm going too fast. There's a lot to read, you guys. Yeah, it's the past, but apparently some people can't get past the past, so I'm just gonna let you guys have the whole conversation here. And then you can pick it apart and say what you want and whatever. I have nothing to hide. That's the thing. I don't care anymore. There he is pretending to be my friend. Narcissists don't like alphas. Just right. I don't delete messages. I got no reason to hide this shit, you guys. Go ahead and read it. Fuck it. If you want to know our private life, here it goes. It all boiled down to a fucking live stream about my feelings. Because they weren't being respected. Like I said before, there's two types of people in this world, the sensitive and the inconsiderate. Yes, he dumped me. Quite literally tried to dump me in the snow of Denver. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Discord's gonna love this one. I have Googled narcissism. Why do you think I'm in therapy, Mrs. Waters? Emotional abuse, gaslighting, and narcissistic personality disorder is what I was. I mean, that was originally the last time with my husband. The problem I have is picking the same type of people to date. Right, at least one of us is getting help. By the way, I sent a picture to Chris Powers with the location of the trailer. It was about 20 minutes from Otto. With all of his most important things. I can show you that too. You knew this would come out eventually. That's right. That's why it's best for me not to date at all. Because this is what I attract. I started researching that whenever I left my husband back in 2017, because my therapist then had been trying to get me to research it, because everyone is attracted to a certain type, and I like the ones that are strong, smart, stand up for me, charming, and apparently I go for the ones that are also manipulative. Yes, they're very good actors. Yeah, that one is. No, the blue is me. What was happening in my mind? We'll see. Lies. You're right. It shouldn't have ended that way. It should have ended with him bringing me the fuck home, or to my Texas court date, as he promised. But unfortunately, I'm not fast enough to record when I'm not quite awake in the morning and he's being hateful to me. So it's just my word against his, and he won't be honest. So all I have is our messages. I agree with that. I am also not suitable for relationships. But we both already knew that. Neither one of us wanted a relationship when we met each other. We just kept fighting against it. Hi, Tutel Rob. Just sharing a conversation. Everyone wants to know private details, so this is the best I have. Oops. Well, and that's the whole reason that we're having this drama, is because it was brought to YouTube in the first place. Because I made a live stream, because my feelings weren't being respected, because someone had a warrant and they were being careless, and everything I owned, all of my survival gear, was in their vehicle. So I was a bit, I was a bit upset about that the day before. And so I did a live stream about it. And that live stream is what ended the relationship. Because I did a live stream about my feelings, and to him, it made him look bad. And his public image means to him more than my feelings. So it was then over at that point. And then the next day, he decided that even though the night before he was perfectly fine with bringing me to my Texas court hearing for the chalk, he had also promised my mother that if it didn't work out between us, that he would bring me home. And that morning when he woke up, he had a totally different feeling. He was not going to do either, that I needed to get out right then with whatever I could carry and be gone. And as he walked into his friend's house, who all don't like me because I said something about them before that they didn't like in a live stream. So, let me continue here. If I felt like going to the person with the problem would have solved the problem, that's what I would have done. But that was not the case. And he actually told me in front of Chris Powers that he could not be my emotional support. That I had to depend on my dog for emotional support. So No, it wasn't about me talking trash in live streams. It was about me talking about what they were doing with the donation money, the Denver crew. Originally, when I came back to Arkansas the first time, when he flipped off the judge in Denver and ended up in jail, and me and my dog with brand new puppies had no way to fucking get anywhere and nowhere to fucking go at the end of the month, and he was still in jail, my mother, who's on disability, had to come and fucking rescue me from Denver. And then I forgot where I was going with that. Oh, when I got back to Arkansas, I only had like 30 people, like as many people that are in my chat right now as about how many subscribers I had then. I didn't think anyone would even give a shit about how I felt or what I thought or anything back then. But apparently, the Denver crew, it got back to them that I was talking about them, about what they were doing with the donations. While Otto was in jail, Eric Brandt did a live stream bragging about how Otto shouldn't have left his money in their possession or his card in their possession, because he went out and he bought himself some shoes and some shirts and this little pin that says fuck the cops and things that I thought was a ridiculous thing to spend donation money on whenever it could be actually used to help someone. They were props. And I thought that props were unnecessary. And so I said something about it. Well, that seriously offended those people. So I took that video down. I deleted it. Not just made it private. I deleted it a long time ago. Sorry, I'm forgetting to scroll here. So, yeah. The first time he left me screwed, I came home and I talked about my feelings, and he didn't like it. They didn't like it. So from then on, the first time we went to Denver, he was scared to bring me because they all hated me because of the things I said. When I was very new to this, I had no idea that speaking the truth would ruin someone. So Donamo, he wasn't even paying for the rent on that. I didn't think he was too awful worried about that, and that was not on my mind. That was not on my mind. It was $300 a month. I had been telling him for days that he needed to pay the rent, and instead he used the money on other things. So it didn't seem like it was too awful important. Donamo, I'm in therapy. Yeah, I'm trying. I also have not received an apology. Not that I expect one. And that's true, too. He never answers. Not when I tried to call. Good night, Caterpillar. Thanks for joining. If he'd have just fucking There was a lot of things that could have been done differently in this situation, for sure. When we were in the mountains, we did great. I begged for that, like, the entire time. Why am I showing you this? To get it out of the way. Because a lot of people have a lot of questions, and everything is my word against his. So this is the only way that I can show you the conversation on this part. There's other conversations I could show you, like the night he left me at McDonald's to go hang out with his wife for 4.5 hours late at night, and told me to take the truck and trailer over to David Boren's house. I have that in a text. You know, I don't know. So all I have are my texts. That's all I have. So I'm sharing what I have. And if you don't want to read it, cool. He's divorced, but I'm married. I've been separated since October 4th or October 5th of 2018. He's divorced, but still very involved with the ex-wife. I'm pretty sure that he was unfaithful, but I have no proof of that, so I just know that he spent 4.5 hours of private time with her at night. It was all very strange. It was a surprise visit, and I was instructed to take the truck and trailer over to David Boren's house without him, and I was quite upset. But he couldn't see why I was upset about that. So I'm so glad there's so many people interested in this stupid conversation. I never said that I was I never said that I didn't have any problems. I've never said that. I have no reason to hide that. I have lots of problems. I grew up in foster care. I do have some abandonment issues, but more so I have separation anxiety, but it's not a separation anxiety towards people. It's I have separation anxiety towards my gear, my survival gear, things that help me get by from day to day. My backpack, my driver's license, my water bottle, my dog's water bowl and her food, and my pocket knife, things that I need to survive every single day, my phone charger. I get separation anxiety from my stuff because I have fought too hard for the things. I have worked for everything that I have. What I have left, what hasn't been taken from me, what I haven't lost. And I am very anxious about losing my stuff. That's why I didn't have most of my stuff for 4 out of that 6 months. 5 out of that 6 months we were together. Actually, I only had my stuff for a couple of, well, not very long. 3 days after we came and got my stuff, he was asking how much it would cost to replace it, which I thought was a strange question. More lies! As soon as he got the truck, we were done talking. I can get another truck. How's he gonna do that? He already offered to give one. He offered to give his truck away. I have a screenshot of that. Yeah, he got me with the sentimental stuff. I never wanted his shit anyway. What do you mean, supply? No idea who his other supply is. Are they still hidden from me? What supply? What are you talking about? Did I burn what? I didn't burn anything. I mean, I could have, but I'm not that kind of person. More lies. Oh, El Rey. Yes. So long as there are people supporting him, I'm sure he is still getting what he needs. I was just there for, when he was in jail and needed access to the outside world. I was that middleman. And the person that, that collected all the what was needed. And I also made the beds. According to him, that was my strong point. I make beds. I think that was like one of the last conversations. I asked him, what good do I do you? And he says, well, you make the beds. But I also did talk Scott into paying for the lawyer, the $12,000 for the lawyer, and then the $60,500 it cost to get him out. I spent like a week to a week and a half on the phone with that man, explaining to him why it was so important that Otto get out right then instead of waiting. Because I thought that it was imperative for him to get out to work on his case. But when he got out, the most important thing to him was seeing all his friends. They always say they don't mean to do it, or they have no idea that they are doing it. Oblivious. Don't even know there's a problem till it's out of control. I didn't know that I was making you feel that way. Yeah, Valentine's Day was a really fucking shitty day. Kyle, I never said that he beat me. Please do not put those words in my mouth. Emotional abuse is still abuse, but he did not raise his fist to me. The only time anything ever got physical in that aspect, he was asleep as far as I know, and having night terrors. I do not believe he ever struck me on purpose. But emotional abuse is just as real. Just because there's no bruises or cuts left behind doesn't mean that it doesn't leave scars. Now this is what I would do if someone was riding with me and had all their belongings in my vehicle. This is what I would say if I had to leave them and go somewhere without them. I'm going down the street without you. Do you need to grab anything before I go? Do you need anything while I'm out? But that's me, and I guess you can't expect everyone to be like you. Oh, and about this part. Okay, so when we got up that morning, he was rushing me to get up because he needed to use the restroom. He grabbed my pee bucket and peed in it. And then as I'm trying to get up to use it, he took it away. And I was like, am I not allowed to pee? And he said, how you pee is not my problem. Why don't you go do another live stream about how I won't let you pee? Verbatim. So that's what the whole, when I said it was straight up mean about you not letting me pee when I got up. And he didn't even empty my pee bucket, you guys. He did not even empty my pee bucket. That pee rode with me the whole fucking way. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? He knew how I felt about that. We dumped the pee bucket after we use it so that it's not nasty for the next person. Mutual respect, another thing. He didn't care about my feelings. But, do you see these games? Miss you. Hey. Only because I had something he wanted. Yes, these are the texts from that time, yes. Okay, here. He has a Saturn. You showed a video the other night. Okay, correction. There was no Saturn, and I can prove that to you right now if I need to. It was a Ford, and it's sitting right out in the driveway. A Ford is not a Chevy or a Saturn. Thank you, Miss Water. Thank you. Appreciate it. Need all the good vibes I can get. That's the park where we spent the night. He guessed correctly. I mean, I put the truck right in the same position that it was when we spent that time there so that he would know exactly where to go. And look, he even promised me a head start, which he lied about. Just like he lied about getting me, he told everybody he offered me money, and then he offered me a bus ticket. He did no such things. He didn't have any money. I had to beg to get us to fucking Colorado. I had to beg for gas money for that, because he wouldn't. So it's there. We're not going to drive any all the way there for nothing. See, it goes from, all right, we're friends, to rah, rah, rah. Like, almost like bipolar. So when he told me to get out and told me, you know, he wasn't going to take me anywhere and walk to where all his other bully friends are that can't stand me, I didn't know what was going to happen when he came back. But I figured it was a good idea that I leave before things escalate. I know. Everyone talks about everyone. High school all over again. What I mean by he played game for 6 months, he hid me. He didn't want the world to know that we were together. Like, he told everyone we were good friends, but he didn't want to even admit to me that I was his girlfriend until about the last 6 weeks. Until I stood by him when he was in jail. I'm sure there's a recorded phone call somewhere with him saying, "You're going to make me want to put a ring on that," or something like that. And I told him to stop. No, it ain't happening. Here we go. Here comes an interesting part. I think you may have been kidnapped. I think that you are being held hostage at gunpoint. Yeah, that's what they will do. And that's a crazy story that no one will ever believe. It's there. Go get it. And it goes from "you're a crazy bitch" to "we're still friends"? And if you know right exactly where it is, why call to have it towed? Why? For attention? For donations? I don't know. This one's really funny. Okay, you can't read, you have to listen to this. Masturbation's the only thing that isn't taxed, regulated, or illegal. That's your freedom. You're free to go fuck yourself. Oh, and here come the hugs. Oh, hugs and then BAM! Felt sorry for you till just now. Fuck you. That quick. Let's see. How many hours difference was it? Oh. It won't. Okay, that was March 13th. March 12th, Domino, and then the next day. Yeah, it was the next day. And then comes all the "fuck you, bitch," crazy, and all the negative. From hugs to "fuck you, bitch." And here's a threat. I wasn't even there at the time. And he probably would have met with my meth head stepdad, who's no longer there, but he was at the time, and it would not have been good for him. This stuff, bought with money I raised. I have the receipts. This, I have no idea. Should have fucking been there. All that? I don't know. I mean, he did send strangers to go pick it up. It was all there when I left it. Not sure about that either. Pretty sure he had all of them. Oh, you found your truck? You found your truck. I thought the tow people towed your truck. Otto, I don't know what you're claiming that you're missing, but I have nothing of yours. Thanks for not destroying the truck. Well, yeah, it could have been, like pushed off a cliff or set on fire or taken apart or... You're welcome. I knew he was here. I don't have your phone. Where's your proof, Otto? No harm, no foul. But you would find something wrong. Because had everything been exactly how you imagined, you still would have found something wrong. Had to. Because you need a reason to stay mad at me. Because I did a live stream about my feelings. So now you have another reason, Otto. The pin to the receiver was there. I don't know who picked up your trailer, but apparently they must have lost your pin because it was there. Oh, and what is that address, Mr. Otto? Since you seem to know where my mother lives. I do not have your phone. Oh, look, an apology, right there. But it did no good. Neither did giving the man his things back. Nothing I ever did, have done, am doing is ever good enough for the king, Otto the Watchdog. Ooh, here we go. Here's another one. I have your bank card. I was gonna drop it off. I think I'll just let someone else hang on to it for you. Now that would be criminal. But I had it shut off anyway, so I wasn't worried about it. Thanks for bringing people to my chat, Otto. I was looking for the support. Here it is. By the way, Otto has sent the cops to my mother's looking for me, guys. He has. They showed up there. So don't piss this man off because he will call the cops on you. He's a cop calling dude just like my ex. I don't have your phone, Otto. So your information is incorrect. Why the fuck do I need your phone when I have 4 of my own? Oh, by the way, this they don't do. And also, it has to amount in over $25,000. It has to be worth over $25,000 for it to be considered grand theft. And I'm sorry, Otto, but all of your shit put together does not even equal half of that. Otto, you don't have $12,000 worth of stuff. And I didn't steal anything. Are you not driving it around? Are you not living in it? Are you not using all of it? And how much of my stuff still remains? Because I couldn't get it all. You wish you had $12,000 worth of stuff. And that was the end of the conversation. Nothing said since March 15th. Oh, but he would still talk to me even if I didn't have the truck, right? No. He didn't talk to me until I came with the conversation on here to show you guys. So, that's the end of that. Do you need some more? How about that we broke up before I came to Texas? How about I told you that I didn't want to get in the way of things? How about when you called me up telling me that we needed to get back together? Do I need to bring out those texts? What about the night that you left me at McDonald's and instructed me to take your truck and your trailer to David Boren's house while you left and went and fucked your ex-wife? Well, I hope you treat the dog better than you treated me. I hope you at least respect the dog's feelings. Oh yeah, I'm sure that conversation needed to be 4.5 hours long at night, late at night. I'm sure you guys talked. I'm sure there was some talking done somewhere in there. But I drove for how long? How many videos am I in driving your truck because you're too busy focused on YouTube? I got a better one for you. What about the key you gave me and you told me to keep safe? It's still safe, Otto. Still safe. You want it? Post an address for me to mail it to. It's really good for scraping the bowl right now. I mean, I'm pretty sure that Just Obey was with me when I bought this to put the key on it to keep it safe. Like you told me. Keeping it safe. Yeah, what you said earlier, El Rey, about traits being transferred or me picking up those traits, pretty sure I have picked up some of those traits. Alright, cool. As soon as I make money off of my job, I will drop that in the mailbox for you. Probably have a few other things I can send you. Yes, little Donnie, I'm afraid so. You know, I hate to even talk about the future. I feel it's not going to be pretty for either of us, Otto. Your diagnosis is going to work against you in court. And you know that. I knew the last time I saw them, it would be the last time I got to see them. Oh no, you'll get it as soon as I make a sale. Hi, Happy Hippie. Thanks for joining us. So today has been, it's a different day now. But in the last 24 hours, I have seen lots of people come together in the live streams and work out their differences. I just thought that, you know, since he decided to join us, that today would be the day. What shoes, etc. bought and by who when Otto was in jail? When Otto was in jail, Chris Powers took care of both of us in a lot of ways. Chris Powers bought our shoes for Christmas, though. He sent us Christmas money, and we bought our shoes then with Christmas money. Otto himself has never financially supported me. Whenever I first met him, he was living off the donations of the people. And from then on, it was mostly Chris Powers sending me money. And every penny that Chris Powers sent me, I shared happily with Otto. I had no problems anytime he needed anything, even though he usually had more than I did. So okay, Chilled Guy, I don't expect an apology. And even if it was, I don't know if you missed that recording or not. He did apologize to me once, and I asked him if it was genuine or sarcastic, and he said a little bit of both. So I have a hard time believing that anything that Otto says is genuine. So I don't, again, I don't expect an apology from Otto, but Otto, I am sorry that things had to end this way between us. I'm sorry that promises couldn't be kept and that we couldn't get along and we had a communication issue. I'm sorry that you had a minor inconvenience. I'm sorry I needed a way home. Agreed, Lindsay. That's why I'm trying to do tie-dyes. This is my workstation. And I battle depression every single day and am now in therapy for more problems. So I'm not a very successful tie-dye artist, but I do make sales here and there. My next sales have to go to resupplying. But after resupply, then I have money for personal. Until I resupply, it's not a lot I can do. someone from Canada sent me a donation, and I had to do something to accept it, and I declined it because it was a donation. I asked them if they were trying to get something from me, and I never got a response, so I assumed it was a donation, and that's not how if I need donations, I'll go out and I'll go hold this cardboard sign somewhere and get a donation in person. And when they ask me what it is I need it for, I will tell them. And if they want to get me just that thing I need, that's fine. I don't give a fuck about the paper. I mean, I just need my needs met. So, but that's, you know, the difference. Yes, happy hippie. Unfortunately, yes, and that was my fault. I initially did a live stream about my feelings because I was looking for support from my friends, and I made a horrible choice in putting it out there that we were having issues. That ultimately led to the end of our relationship. The next day came the hateful stuff. And unfortunately, I wasn't fast enough to go ahead and start a live stream then, as soon as I woke up. That would have been the smart thing to do. Then I would have felt safe. But, you know, the way I got woke up, I wasn't really, like I said, I panicked. I wasn't thinking. I was afraid, and I acted. People can say that I overreacted, but had I underreacted, I think things could have escalated. I've definitely learned I don't know if you guys have ever heard the story of the little frozen bird, but there was a reason why I shared the story with a few people not too long ago. And I really wish that I had taken that story to heart. So, a little frozen bird. Okay, so there was a little bird, forgot to fly south for the winter. And as it started to fly south for the winter, freezing rain hit its wings and made it hard for it to fly. The wings grew heavier and heavier. Finally, the bird fell to the ground, frozen. Thinking he was going to die, a cow walks by and shits on the bird. Well, the shit was, it was shit, but it was really, really warm, and pretty soon the bird started to thaw out and was happy again because he was warm and able to move, and he started singing happily. Well, the singing caught the attention of a nearby bobcat, and the bobcat came and got the bird out of the shit and then gobbled the bird up real quick. So the moral of the story is, not everybody who shits on you is your friend or is your enemy. Not everyone who shits on you is your enemy. And not everyone who helps you out of the shit is your friend. And while you're in the shit, the best thing for you to do is to shut the fuck up. Bye, happy hippie. Thanks for joining. I get the whole having to walk the dogs thing. We all do things we feel stupid for afterwards. The only thing I really feel stupid for is getting myself into a situation that I didn't know how to get out of. So, there's also another story of a panther that gets cornered. And she has one of two choices. Either to attack the thing that is cornering her, or to run. Which choice do you think would be the better one? I'm not a violent person. I don't condone violence. If I feel like things are going to go that way, I run. And so, I don't know if you guys read that. I just scrolled up and seen it. Little Donnie's telling Otto to don't forget to flip off the judge in Texas. And he says, "Will do." So, in other words, the man that just paid $72,500 for his freedom and his lawyer, you might as well just slap that dude in the face and think of your freedom as a joke if you're gonna talk like that. The man that I had to bug you for days and days, just call him. Just say hi. Just say what's up. He is the man that paid for your freedom. I mean, how hard is it to act like you appreciate someone? I mean, you're a great actor. You can learn that part. So now that that is all over with, and you guys know everything that we've shared up until this point, I want to get back to the main point of our live stream tonight. I started this because I see a lot of people making amends, getting past their problems within the community, and